Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's doing really good. I'm just gonna give it a few, and then we're gonna go ahead and move on to our little do-it-yourself. So I hope you guys are ready. So again, just gonna pause, make sure I have everything. I apologize for my tardiness, which I'm sure I'll apologize multiple times as we're going. Totally my fault. Time slipped by, like always. So I'm just gonna give it, again, apologize for extreme tardiness. But I'm here. And if you're watching the replay, hey. All right, let's see. Make sure I didn't forget anything. Matches, string, bag. Yeah. Hey guys. Hey Sherry. Hey Meredith. You made it. I was late. No surprise though there, right? I'm always late. Late should be like have my name at the end of it saying I'm always late. As my husband's laughing over here because he thinks it's hilarious. Great support. Thanks, babe. Love you.
You look nice. Love you.
Pain in my butt. So today we are going to do a Decoy Spell Bag. And I was initially going to do like bundles for the hearth, but in all honesty, it really wasn't my cup of tea. Just kind of bland for me. So I changed it last minute. I did put the ingredients up a little bit ahead of time so you guys can like get the ingredients if you want to, or you can put it in your little journal, notebook, or you can put your book of shells, book of shadows, book of spells, however you want to call it, for another time. But it is a decoy spell bag. And when I say it's a decoy spell bag, what it really is going to entail, and the purpose of it, is if someone sends you a hex or a curse, instead of it going to you, it's going to go to the bag instead. So we have a few crystals to help with your essence, like clear quartz, and then a little bit of protection like black obsidian. But the biggest thing is as you're doing this, I would take your clear quartz and I would definitely like hold it, charge it with your energy, because you're gonna need that for a little bit later here when we get things through. So yeah, decoy, do it yourself. So again, biggest thing with this one is it's to help give a hex and a curse a new location instead of you as a whole. Hey! So I hope that helps on why we're doing this tonight. So I'm going to point you in the direction of what we're going to do, and we're going to get started. And as people log on, if they do come on, then they come on. So give me a second. Let me move my little stuff. So you're going to have a little bit of a setup like so. Let me just move this so you guys get a better view. I'm going to move some stuff over, so don't worry. I promise. You should be able to see everything from there. All right, now, some of the things that you're gonna need, like I already said, is you're going to need a clear quartz. You're going to need a black obsidian. Little pieces, little tumbles, little chips, it don't matter as long as it's something. You're gonna need a little tea candle. You're gonna need a bag. It could be a mesh bag. It can be a pretty bag. This is a dollar store bag, guys. This is absolutely nothing special, okay? Just a bag. You're gonna need some string, yarn, whatever you wanna call it, but you're gonna need something. Ribbon, anything works. I picked red only because red, one, is my favorite color, and two, it's really powerful. Not only is it a creative force kind of color, it's more of a powerful, okay, just think of it this way, it's like blood, so it's really powerful in my mind. But red not only just means the creative side and, you know, the passionate side, but it does have a darker presence. And in my case, that's what we're going to use it for, okay? Then you're going to need spoon. You're going to need matches. You're going to need black salt. You're gonna need wild cherry bark. And we're gonna go through all this again, and I'm gonna tell you why we're using it. You're gonna need some mother's wort. You're gonna need some nettle. I got something in my eye, so don't mind me. You're gonna need some roses, some elderberry, and you're going to need some frankincense resin. Or if you have frankincense sticks, cut it up. It still works, I promise. I would get something in my eye during my life, of course. Aw, thanks. All right, and no worries. Like I said, it's all rewatchable. And then you're gonna need paper, okay? And a pen, obviously. And you'll see why here in a little bit. So like I said, this is so that if someone's trying to throw something at you, again, hexing or cursing or jinx possible, it's gonna go into the bag instead of you. Clear quartz is gonna help you with that. If you hear the cats like going crazy, it's Anubis. He's being a jerk. Okay, so take your candle, put it in the middle. Make sure you guys get it confused. Let me do it a little bit. There we go, that's even better. Okay, put it in the middle. Don't light it yet, just put it in the middle. Okay? We're gonna use some black salt. Well, you know what? We're gonna put it to the top, just for now. You'll see why. So we're gonna need some black salt. This is my own homemade black salt. And the reason why we're gonna use some black salt is because we need to protect ourselves, right? So just a little pinch, or however much you want. And I just, I'm feeling greedy, so fuck it. There you go. Black salt, right there. Again, that is to help protect yourself. The next thing we're gonna kind of use is we're gonna use some cherry bark. Okay, so here's my cherry bark. And cherry bark is actually good for deceiving. So that is what we want, because we're gonna deceive that spell to go to somewhere else. So again, cherry bark. The next thing we're gonna use is we're gonna use some elderberry, okay? Elderberry is really good as a reflector, okay? Besides its amazing medicinal properties, it's really good as a defense. So it's a reflector in our case. So we're deflecting that spell to go to somewhere else. And again, there is no, you can use this much, you can use that much. It's however much you want. This is my portion. Why? Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people do hate me. Okay, I lied. Not everyone hates me, but I do have some people out there that, they don't approve of my lifestyle and they don't approve of the path I choose to take. So this helps me, okay? Let me see the comments. Hey, mama. I really need to work on my apothecary. Seems like not just the information on there. Well, and here's a great thing. Once you write stuff down and you know like what you need, now you know like some of the little bit of herbs you can like gather and stuff, and it's really cool. And that's actually how I started too. Gathering my apothecary, like it's huge. I'm not gonna lie, I really do have a lot of freaking herbs. Tons. Little bags, big jars. I have tons of herbs, but I also make a lot of teas too and I sell them. But that's how I started, is I started creating my own spells. I started listening. I started seeing other people's like spells. I mean, honestly, through books and stuff. And then I tweak them and modify them to fit me. And that's how I started gathering my stuff in my apothecary, because that's what I always knew I was going to need if I need that spell. And I always like to make sure I have stuff on hand in case I need that spell, like on a whim, Oh, thanks. Oh, I missed you too, Meredith. Okay, so again, black salt goes first. Protect yourself. Cherry bark, it's a great to deceive someone. Elderberry is a reflector in this case. Keep that in mind, okay? The next one we're gonna use is frankincense. Again, if you have the sticks, just take the sticks and break them off, put them in. Burn them if you want, then take that ash and throw it in there. It does not matter as long as it has some type of remnants of frankincense. I am gonna use the actual resin of it because I love resin. I love crushing my own resin. But in this case, I'm actually gonna take, now this is also called frankincense tears because it, comes in like little chunks and stuff. But I'm gonna use a little bit of this for it. A little bit of resin. You can grind it if you so choose. Oh, I lost a berry. Gotta do that. So frankincense is really good as a defense, and I mean like a barrier. So, we burn frankincense all the time to protect ourselves. We're also using it as like a shield. So this is one of our defenses, aside from, of course, the reflector and, you know, deceive someone, and the black salt to protect yourself. But this is a really good as a shield in a form. And when I say shield, I don't mean like it's protecting from us, but it's also protecting that crystal that's inside your bag, or that will be inside your bag. It's protecting that crystal as in all the hex and the curse and the jinxes state within that bag. So that's where the shielding comes in, if that makes some sense. Okay, so we got that. Then another type of shielding is nettle. And nettle, I don't know if you really knew that, is one of those herbs you should really need to be careful with. But it's really good as another shield or a defense type. Again, not defending against the spell exactly, but keeping it within the bag itself. So nettle, in this case, now granted, there's a million types of ways you can use nettle, but this is how we're going to use nettle. We're going to use it as another form of shield, but it's more like a barrier. I'm keeping that shit inside that bag. If you don't like it, well, you know, I'm sorry. But I like my essence to be strong. I like my energy to never be tampered with. And if I do get it tampered with, I like to handle it the way I need to handle it. And sometimes it's a little dark, and that's totally fine. This is a neutral based. So you're welcome. I didn't bring something too totally dark this time. I will though next month, I promise. Just wait, I got a nice one too. And it's a little darker. But this is a very neutral base. So a new beginner can use it. An advanced practitioner can use it. Anyone can really use this spell, so it's fantastic. So don't think just because you're a beginner witch that you can't use it, because you can, okay? Because it's all in the intention. And remember, as you're throwing this in here, you're thinking of nettle as a defector, or a defense, I'm sorry. You're thinking of frankincense as that shield. You're thinking of that elderberry, okay? You're thinking of this and that, and you're thinking of all the type of powerful properties that it gives, and you're thinking of that. You're putting that intention into it. You're manifesting it from this charging plate right here, okay? Everything is thrown into here, and it's going to make it more powerful. But we're not done, I promise. Yes, you really gotta be careful with that nettle. All right, so where do we leave off? Okay, so we put the nettle in there. Then we're gonna use some mother's-wort. Now here's some mother's-wort. One really cool thing about mother's-wort is it's great for banishing, okay? So definitely this is one of those ones you wanna have in your arsenal for any type of banishing. Now again, you could use this for spirit banishing. You can use this for demon banishing. It's not just, you know, a one-sided thing. Any type of banishing. And that also includes a form of exorcism as well. But in this case, we're gonna use it as banishing, as in I'm banishing what you're trying to throw at me into here. So throw that little bit in there. Beautiful. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm actually like really excited right now. Can you tell how excited I am about this stuff? I love these do-it-yourselves. It's just so much fun. All right, so again, we got all this, right? And like you can spread it out. I don't care how you want to do it. It's kind of whatever you want. Then, like I said, you got your 2 crystals. Remember, this is the one that you want to pre-charge. So if you know you're going to do a spell bag, a decoy spell bag, you want to make sure you charge this. Keep it in your hand, take it with you, put it in your bra, whatever you want to do. And then you get your black obsidian for your extra protection, because you always want to make sure it deflects. So, you know, look, nothing special, wherever you want to put it, okay? Then you're going to take your candle. I'm going to put it in the middle, and you'll see why here in a minute. Take your matches or your, you know, light, however. Wow, apparently they don't want to be in there, so we're going to throw that baby in there. Why? Because we can. Because I like stuff going boom, and I like stuff being set on fire. And we're going to light this baby up. And one thing with the matches is some people like blow it out and stuff like that. I'm not going to. Why? Because I let the universe do it in this case. What am I gonna do with this? Bam, right in there. Why? Because I want everything to stick to that candlestick. I want everything to stick to that match also. So it's an extra little like, hey, booster, like, hey, come here. See the light? Smell the smoke? Come here, come. Send that spell, send that X, send that curse to me, please. And thank you, okay? So as you do that, then you're gonna get a piece of paper, all right? And on this piece of paper, you're gonna write like a little chant. So in my case, you could say something like, may forces that speak harm or seek harm to me, you know, seek this bag in my place. Another really cool thing about is put a sigil in it, or put a sigil on your tray, you know, draw it in chalk if you want. That way all that stuff manifests into this. Or you put your little sigil on here. In my case, I did. I put my little sigil here. So again, you know, may forces that seek to harm me seek this bag in my place. That's exactly the chant I have. Then I have a Norse binding sigil or seal or rune, however you want to displace it. Of course, to me, it's technically a binding rune. But it's a binding rune of this sealing off the energy. So Alziz, which is the one that looks like the Y, that's a protection symbol in, you know, runes. Then, you know, I got my Thorazaz, which is, it's technically like towards the bottom here. It kind of comes down and it comes out. That means defense. So as you can see, I have a protection and an extra defense on here to seal what's going into this bag. And here's the kicker with this one. A lot of people are like, okay, you're gonna fold it up, put it in the bag. No, watch this, ready? I promise. Yeah, why? Because what I'm gonna do is I'm now gonna light it on fire a little bit. Blow it with my intention. Put on the herbs. Why? Because I'm a little bit of a pyro also, but what I'm doing is I'm taking, ooh, hello, yay. And you can burn it as many times as you want, but just like we burn anything, we're sending it out to the universe. We're releasing that intent, that manifestation out into the universe. That's what the burning is gonna do, okay? So again, burn it a few times, char it all the way around, okay? Let the ash pieces go within. Now me, I wanna make sure I get that sigil burned out a little. I love fire, can you really tell? So yeah, and then I always like to just throw the ash. When I say I burn stuff, I burn it. Like, I don't play. Like, I ain't just burning a little bit. I'm burning almost the whole thing. But you want to keep the relevance on the inside. You want to keep all the ash and all that on that actual inside there. If some lands on your table, like mine did when I was blowing it out because I got the fan on, which you can't tell, just pick it up and put it back on the thing, okay? Now I burned my candle out, so there's some wax in here. Seal it with a little bit of wax. Some people like to say burn the whole candle and seal the whole thing with the candle. I don't really care because it depends on how long it takes me to make it. As you can see, it's a very simple thing just to throw it in there. Okay, so after you do that, you can get your bag. Black, red, purple, green, blue, doesn't matter. You're gonna get your bag and you're going to scoop it. You, come over here. And again, it's gonna be messy. It's not supposed to be pretty. You can put your pieces of paper kind of like already in there. You can put the crystals already in there, set you up, and then get your shit. You can use a little funnel if you want. You can be all pretty, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I'm a messy person. Ask my husband. Most of my spells means I gotta make a nice cleaning mess afterwards. That's why I always use like extra trays and stuff. But watch your black salt. Make sure you get that black salt in there. So as you can see, I don't make too big a mess. It's not that bad of a mess. That's actually really good. So put it all in your bag. Keep thinking of why you're doing this. Now, you might know the very specific person that's trying to hex or curse you. You might not know anything about it. You just might have this weird feeling that something's just off. You've been off. It's not yourself. You feel like something's been thrown at you. Or, you know, keeps getting thrown at you. Or you just have these negative vibes that you just don't own with. Okay? Pull your bag up. Now, one of the cool things is mine already has seals. So what I do is I tie it. And then I tie it on the other side too with a knot. 3-time knot. If you follow that rule. If not, just tie it one time. Doesn't matter. I like to tie it 3-time knot just for in this case. Why? Because I do follow Trinity Morgan. And I want to make sure that, you know, that's the intention I'm using it. So you do have your stuff in your bag. So here's your beautiful bag. Awesome, right? Now we're going to bind the bitch. Yes. Yes, you heard me right. We're going to bind it. So you take whatever color you want and you start binding it. Okay? Doesn't have to be amazing, perfect, pretty, because you don't really care. Why? Because you just want to get this shit out of whatever it is that's trying to harm your essence. Tie it a couple times around, keep going all the way around, bind it in different locations. It does not matter. You can make it pretty if you feel like it. I'm going to try and make it slightly pretty so you don't see how crazy my skill level is with Tying knots. Tie a knot a few times. Like I said, just bind it, okay? Make it crazy. It doesn't matter. You just make sure you put your knots in there, though. Don't just wrap it all the way around, like multiple places. Tie it and bind this bitch. You don't want anything coming out. Go a loop, go around. Doesn't matter. I always like to go under and stuff. Kind of adds a little extra. And then I will tie it at the top to show you my crazy. No, come back. There we go. Tie it at the top. There we go. I was like, I couldn't get it to go. But yeah, mine actually kind of looks like a shoe, but I think it's because all my crystals are down here. But bind it. Doesn't have to look pretty. Doesn't have to be anything crazy special, but it's binded. Okay. There it is. That's magic. Okay. Hang this somewhere in your house. Take a thumbtack. Poke it. Hang it. Okay? By your doorway, in your bedroom, in your kitchen, anywhere you really want to. It does not matter. It does not have a very specific place that you have to put it. Just hang it somewhere. Now, one thing with this is if you work in a very let me see my brain because I feel like I'm just bending a lot. If you work in the public where it's very cold-hearted type of job, you want to kind of do this every month. If you work in a public and it's not too bad and it's more of an office job and it's kind of where you sit, maybe every other month, every 3 months. It's your choice, okay? You're going to be surprised because this is going to look really weird or turn a little bit after even a month. You see my thing just went down. The universe is like, okay, lady, I hear you. Change this out. When you dispose of the stuff in it, put it down the trash. It does not matter. Put it down the toilet if you want. It doesn't matter. Bury it. It doesn't matter. I promise you. Now, if you have very strict ways of where you always get rid of your stuff, okay, do it that way then. But don't really worry about it. It's not you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. I've thrown stuff in the trash can before. Yeah. I've buried stuff. And I've definitely used my toilet to flush that shit. Deuces. Don't worry about it. I promise. Trying to think what else. Does anyone have any questions? Maybe I should read my comments. I haven't read my comments yet, guys. I'm sorry. I'm loving this. I'm writing this down after the live to keep it for when I get the items. There you go. That's what I do. You should be surprised how many spells I actually have in my spell book that I haven't done, but I've gotten ideas from or that have come to me that I'm like, I'm going to use this and have this holding in my arsenal just in case. You good at tying? Listen, I'm brutal with the knots. I have no care, guys. I tie this as tight as I can, multiple ways. I'm binding it. Just like you had a poppet, you're going to bind the poppet, you know? It does not matter if sunlight hits it, if it's in a dark place, does not. Why? Because you have it bagged. Now, I have it in a black bag, nothing's getting through this, at all. So I have absolutely nothing to worry about. Again, just put it somewhere. Put it on your desk, put it on a bookshelf. Just careful with animals. If you have animals, you want to put it high enough so they don't get it, because that'd be all bad. Oh, I'm so happy. I've seen all of your comments since too, Sherry. I love that you're going through all the past lives and stuff. I love seeing that. We had so much fun making all those past lives too. So it's really nice that you're taking that time to go through everything. And I'm really glad we have enough information to give you that you can put in your book and have it at a later time. I love that. Absolutely love it. But yeah, so again, this is one of those great things where use it when you need it. It's something you could do every month. You don't have to worry too much about it. What are you two doing? So yeah, use it when you need it. Don't worry too much about it. It's for beginners, it's for intermediate, it's for advanced practitioners. It's really good. I have never done a bag spell, but I love the info. It's just like a jar spell, because like Kathy, like everyone knows Kathy is really amazing for her jar spells. I like doing bag spells because I don't always have enough jars or like little jars, but I always have tons of bags because if you're in, obviously everyone's in Witch's Owl Exchange. If you get gifts and stuff, they come with the little baggies, the little mesh ones. Use those. We have tons of them, and they're so cheap on Amazon. You get like 100 of them for like $4. There you go. You have bags, right? And the biggest thing is the herbs. Well, most of us gift herbs and stuff like that, so definitely put in your like what you want, variety of herbs to use in spells, and then go to the herb post and post ones you really, really want, like ones you really, really need, and maybe someone will gift. I like to try and throw like, if someone wants herbs and stuff, I like to throw like a little baggie, throw them in there for them, just because I can, because it's fun. All right, does anyone have any questions? Like I said, it's nothing crazy. It's very simple. Biggest thing is are you allowed to light stuff on fire? Is it going to cause a fire? Like I had almost a fire in my kitchen today because of my cat. Thanks a lot, Anubis, trying to set the house on fire again. Ask any questions. Like I said, use a sigil if you know how to do sigils. I do binding runes. Again, I did Alziz and Thoraz. One's for defense and one's for protection. I love my runes, so I'm really good with runes. I understand that. Trust me. I have baseball season, and then, oh wait, I got All-Star Division, which are baseball, and then I also have fall ball and soccer, and then wrestling right after. So I get it. Cost of stuff, in your case graduation, in my case sports, so it's hard. But if no one has any questions or comments or concerns, thanks for joining me. Did I go slow enough for your guys' information to write down regarding the herbs that you guys need? If I went a little too far, I can go through one more time. If you guys need that, just let me know. Yes, definitely mom. I did it to myself. I always said I want to be that sports mom. I'm not sports mom. I'm that crazy sports mom too. That's like, we gotta go. We gotta go. Austin, you want to play the sport? Luke, you want to play the sport? Okay, you want me to go through one more time? Okay, I got you. Here, I'm going to do this little thing here. And then I'm going to bring it up to the camera so that way you can see. Okay, first thing. Oh, you're welcome. All right, black salt. Okay, it's to protect yourself from others. So that's what we're using it for this case. Black salt. The next one is the cherry bark. And it's really good for deceiving someone. In this case, we're deceiving the person that's sending the hex. So cherry bark, or in my case, wild cherry bark, it's good for deceiving. Motherwort is great for banishing. Also great for exorcism too. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Then we have nettle. Nettle is one of our shields. It's one of our defenses. We got roses. Did I put roses in here? Oh, I didn't put roses in here. That's what I was missing. All right, so I'm gonna have to reopen my binding and put my roses back in here. But roses are for thorns. They're for a striking technique in a way. So my dummy forgot the roses, guys. Look at me go. Roses for like prickling. It's for, okay, it's an attack. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not gonna tell you right now. It's for an attack in this case because roses have thorns. So yes, come to me. I'm beautiful. I look innocent in a way, but I'm not as innocent as you think. So it's an attack. Just gonna say it that way. I don't know how else to really describe it because there's no like pretty term like, great for exorcism. It's great for banishing. Listen, yeah, roses are great for beauty. They're great for love. They're great for passion. They're great for honesty. Yeah, okay, they're also really good for attacking someone because the thorns themselves that the roses carry don't just live in the stems themselves. They will always radiate even through the flowers. So I might not have the thorns to prickly prick, but I do have the flowers, and they still carry the same essence in a sense. Does that make sense? So add the roses, guys. Or don't add the roses. It doesn't matter. Actually, I'm not going to change this because this was perfect nonetheless. But you have the option of add roses if you want. You can add what you want. You can take away what you don't want. It doesn't matter. It does not have to be exactly the same. The other one is elderberry, and I'm sorry, my eyes twitching. It's a reflector, so it's reflecting anything that goes backwards. Okay. And then we have our frankincense, and this is the other shield, which we know frankincense is really good for protection. It's a really good defensive type of herb. So I use the resin. You could use the sticks, but it's really good for a defense. Then you will need 2 crystals, a clear quartz and black obsidian. Clear quartz, remember to hold your essence, and the black obsidian, of course, is for protection for you. You'll need a candle with the wax. You're gonna need the bag. You're gonna need your string to bind. You're gonna need a paper, a little incantation, sigil if you want, binding room if you want, doesn't really matter. Burn it a little bit, don't burn it. Put it in a bag, seal it away. Hang it up. Yeah. That's all it is. So much fun. I love these. Because a lot of people, and I've learned this over so many years, a lot of people think that magic has to have a ritual to it. It has to be like complex and structured and traditional. It doesn't. Mine will never be. Why? Because mom life is always on a go, and when I need stuff now, and I need it to do now, and I need it to happen now, and I don't have time to wait for later, and I can't plan anything out, and I just gotta do it when I gotta do it. I gotta do it when I remember. So this is one of those ones that you just grab stuff you need, whatever you want, put it in a bag, seal it up, go. It's done. And it works. Really works. I know this because I've used it. I was taught this years ago, did it for a while, forgot that I had this option to do it, and then I did overhear someone mention it, but not with the same title, but mention something very similar to it, and I was like, oh, I forgot. That's an option. That's why I wanted to bring it to you, because when I heard it, it was like, you know what, someone needs this, and someone needs it now. So I hope it works. I've learned the same. Do it on the fly, and it's honestly more powerful. It really is. It really is. Because it's yours, you know? But again, if you're taking my exact spell bag here and using it for you, go for it. I don't care. I don't care if you use the same words. I don't care if you use the same exact everything. Because it's your intention that's going to actually make or break this. Okay? So don't worry about trying to, I gotta change something in it or it's not gonna be mine. Do it. Don't do it. Do it. Don't do it. Whatever you want. It's always what you want. Don't even worry about it. I don't like reading those things of, you have to make the spell your own. Yes and no. If you're doing a whole, invocation or evocation, yes. I might say, okay, yeah, you might want to really make that your own. But if you're doing a simple spell bag like this, no. We don't do that gatekeeping crap here. No. You do what you want to do, how you want to do it. And if they don't like it, it's not their practice. It's yours. So you enjoy it. Okay. So, that's it, guys. So, quick and easy, to the point. Do it yourself. Decoy Spell Bag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, this is not anything new. It's out there for the universe. If you Google it, I'm sure you'll find it. You'll hear about it. Spell bags are just as powerful as jar spells. Have fun with it. I will see you guys later. I will see you guys next month, which is just a couple days. We have some fun mini spells and a lot of them coming. So have your notebook, have your pen, and get ready for some writing, because we're going to be making some stuff. So that way you have it in your book. And then we're also going to bring you some information to go with it and why we think this is a great idea that you guys might want to utilize, if you want to. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later. Blessed be. And thanks for joining me tonight. Bye!